Hello, everyone, and thanks for joining me. This is called My Three Favorite Jim Shores and Why, which is hosted by Sara from Sara Disney Magic. Thank you for inviting me, Sara. And there's also 9 other channels involved. I'm going to put everyone's channel in the description, so please, guys, go check each one out. See which one out of the collection is their 3 favorite ones and why. All 3 of mine remind me of my childhood. Now, the first one I'm going to start with is a character. I don't necessarily collect her, but I like her and I love the story. So, which would be Rapunzel. When I grew up, my mom had 3 sets of twins and all girls. My sister, my twin sister, and I were the smallest ones, but I was born after my sister, so I was the smallest one. And every summer holiday, she would take us to the beauty salon and had our hair cut really short so we wouldn't get so hot in the summertime, which, yeah, I was never very happy about. But I always wanted to have hair like Rapunzel. So what I would do is I would go home, go in my mother's closet, her cleaning closet, and get one of her mops, a clean one, of course, the ones with the long strings. I would grab it, go into my room, grab my storybook. I had a storybook from the Brother Grimm's, which had Snow White, Rapunzel, Cinderella, Sleeping Beauty, and so on. But I would grab the book, I would put the mop head on, I would tie it up, read the story, and behave like I was Rapunzel and had beautiful long gold blonde hair like Rapunzel. So when I look at this, I think, I always will think of my mother with any of the ones, the other 2 I'm also going to be showing, because it reminds me of my mom when she took us there and I didn't like it, and it always will remind me of the mop head on my head. So moving on to number 2, my mom is a big animal lover, and I think that's how I became one. I grew up in a small town in Germany. We had farmers. We weren't farmers, so we didn't really had the big room, like a nice big land, but we had this garage, which was a decent size, and it was divided in 2 rooms. One of the rooms had like a wooden fence where we would store the wood for the winter time. And in the summertime, it was empty. So one day, she came home. Oh, now I'm small. She came home with these 2 little ducklings. I mean, she would literally bring anything home that she could find, whether it was dogs, cats, ducks, chicken. But she said that she was waiting around for an hour. All right. I'm gonna have to sit up for an hour waiting to see if the mom would come, but she didn't, so she felt bad and brought them home. Well, of course, I was playing with them, and I really liked the smallest one because I was the smallest one. And I decided to name her Snow White. My mom would always read us Snow White. It was one of her favorite stories because, as we all know, Snow White talks to her forest animals. And I decided to name the duckling Snow White. So when I look at this, I think of my mother, of what a kind, loving, caring person she is, and my little duckling Snow White. Okay, so moving on to the last one. Okay, also, I was a little kid. My mom would always take me to the store, and I have always been a very curious person. Not just curious, I couldn't read back then. And I was still away like 10, 11 months from starting first grade. So every time we would go to the store, I'd be like, Mom, what does this say? What does this say? So one day, I'm just standing there and not moving. So my mom came over and asked me what I'm looking at, and I showed her the comic book. Now, we didn't have a lot of items back then as far as Disney, and especially not comic books about Mickey or Minnie. They were pretty much just about Donald Duck, Daisy, Huey, Dewey, and Louie, and I forgot the name of the uncle and everyone else. So I told her that I really like this book. I like the girl. And she said, okay, I get it for you and I will read it. And I said, no, I want to read it myself. So I would just look at the pictures, and every month, because they came out monthly, she would buy me another one. By the time I started school and learned how to read, and trust me guys, I learned how to read really, really fast. But once I could fully read, I went one day just into my room from morning until nighttime, and I read each one of those comic books. And I fell in love with Daisy's character because she's just so sassy. And that is why this one is one of my 3 favorite Jim Shores. I just think she's adorable for a duck. She's so sassy. But these are the reasons why these 3 are my favorite ones, because they remind me of my childhood and they remind me of my lovely mother. What a great, awesome person she is. And once again, what a kind-hearted mother she is. She's just amazing, and I will always be thankful for these memories of my childhood. Thank you to her, and I will always be thankful that I have such a wonderful, amazing mother. So this is the reason why these 3 Jim Shores are my favorite ones, because they're, every time I look at them, I think of my mother, of what a great, strong, beautiful, amazing, caring, loving person she is. And I will always be thankful that she's my mother. And also because they remind me of how silly I was when I was a little kid. I hope you guys enjoyed my stories. If you did, please leave a comment below, hit that like button, and thanks for joining me. Until next time, guys. Ciao, ciao.